Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at the Autobot Rodimus Prime. What we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a look at him in all of his modes, that way you can decide which way you want to display him. I'll point out his accessories that came with him and things that you need to look out for if after purchasing one for yourself. I'll show you the two known variants as well that were released at the same time, and as I'm lucky enough to have a couple of different types of packaging, we can have a look at the main differences between them and of course the lovely artwork on the front and back of them at the same time. Before we get started, I want to make a big shout out to another fellow YouTuber. His name's Kato's Collection. He too has a great channel. He's even got an interview with Stan Bush on it, so if you'd like to check out his channel, Kato's Collection as well on YouTube. Excellent. Okay, so here we go. This is Rodimus Prime. He was obviously released in 1986, and this was known as Series 3 of the wave of Generation 1 figures being released at the time, and of course 86 because he made his appearance in the Transformers the movie. Now the main difference obviously between Rodimus Prime and Hot Rod is his height, but for that reason the figure itself does actually suffer a little bit, because although it's quite a cool robot mode and he does stand nice and tall, he is very basic. You've just got a bit of movement here in the shoulders. He does come with this really large gun, so it's important that you've got that little stopper there so it does actually fit inside his hands, because I've seen figures being sold with the guns and you can tell that that's been broke, so you need to be aware of that, to be honest. He's got a bit of chrome here on his arms and in the wheels, so that's something to keep an eye out of. And then the other thing, in fact this is a good thing that they did, they've improved from the Hot Rod mould, that you can actually take the spoiler off. When it's on the car mode it's there, and when it's in the robot mode it goes on the back. Numerous Hot Rods you see damaged and the roof broken, so Hasbro stroke Takara obviously realised that and were able to maybe correct it with this. The other thing that's glaringly obvious as you look at this, stickers are really important when he's in his robot mode and in his car, to be fair, which I'll show you in a second. So the nice sticker that would be on the bonnet is obviously on the chest, and you've got some on the legs as well, so they do really, they are quite important. I'm not sure if there's any repro labels of them, there might be, but yeah, it does make a difference, as you can tell. If that was just plain orange it just wouldn't look the same. So while he's standing there in robot mode, just have a quick look at his feet, see how they're nice and black. These ones over here are metal, and this is the different variant, again released at the same time, both originals, and that is the main difference. So there's two types. The thing with this is that he's so much heavier than that, as you can imagine, with them being, you can see, I don't know if it's brass or whatever it is, but they are solid metal, nice and heavy. So that's the two variants that came out. Let's have a look at one of his alternate modes then, and to be honest I do really like this. This in my opinion makes up massively for the robot mode. It looks really good. Again, look, you can see how important stickers are, huge all down the sides, and of course the chrome at the same time. The chrome's really important, and the silver on the wheels really does make a big difference if you've got them and they're intact. With regards, and this again, this feels quite heavy, even though this is just a plastic toad. There's quite a bit of weight in this trailer because of what we're about to show you in a second. I actually prefer, as I've just said, that alternate mode to the robot. I just think it looks so good. There we go. So moving over, excuse me, the trailer does itself fold out. You've got two blast shields here which fit either side, and then you've got this gun which of course you can then mount Rodimus Prime on to, like so. So he's got a mini battle station. Obviously he didn't use this in the movie, and I'm racking my brains to see if I can remember him using it in the cartoon. I don't think I can, but I think it was just one of them things that was maybe underwritten, and if you were an Autobot leader your trailer had to turn into a mini battle station. Perhaps it could have, who knows. But overall, a really good figure. You can display him in any mode. You can have him in robot, you can have him in a robot mode, on his battle station, and as I've already said numerous times already, I think that's the best mode if you want to display him personally. But there you go. I'm just going to move these down now. I'm going to take an opportunity to have a look at some of the packaging. We've got, again, these were both released at the same time. You've just got a Hasbro and a Takara packaging. Of course the main difference you can see straight away is the size, but we'll start with the Hasbro packaging. So you've got nice artwork there of Rodimus Prime himself. And then because the trailer transforms as well, you've got two transformations on the top. So you've got the car part at the top, and then of course the trailer just below it. Boxes are a bit battered unfortunately, put them on my wish list to get some upgrades in the future. But there's the toys again in both modes, and they're pretty much incredibly accurate, aren't they? Sometimes you get test or pre-production figures with the photos taken, but they're exactly the same. So here we have the very famous and also used a lot in 1986 battle scene on the back. There's your two Titans, Trypticon and Metroplex, both in their city modes. Great box, great artwork. Now moving on to the Takara one, and just before we have a look at this properly, I just want to make you aware of something that you can see inside here. We've got some polystyrene. Yeah, I've got the cab out, but the reason why I'm telling you this is because in Japan already this has had a number of reissues. Same as Hot Rod, they've both been reissued officially by Takara, so not your KOs, but you may have seen them cheaper on eBay and wondered why, and that's because, ironically enough, they will have like a bubble in it, the plastic bubble. All the original Takara figures came with the polystyrene insert, so that's something to be aware of if you're after an original one, because you can get these and they are on eBay right now, and they do have everything exactly the same numbers, the same letter and everything. I think they've just got 3 little marks down here which you wouldn't even really notice unless you were looking out for it, but the main difference is that there's not polystyrene inside. Some people aren't bothered, some people just obviously don't want to get duped if they think they're buying an original, so that's why I'm letting you know that. So here we go. C stood for Cybertron, which was an Autobot, and it was numbered 77, and you've got the same on the top of this. You've got both transformations, and then we'll spin it round. It's pretty much exactly the same, to be honest. Look at that. We've got the same battle scene at the back, the same 2 Titans, Metroplex and Trypticon. But, and I say this quite a lot, and I'm going to say it again, I do prefer the Takara boxes. I mean, look at the packaging difference. It's, you know, it's nearly 1.5 times. There's so much wasted space inside there. But there you go. So this was a little quick, I suppose it was in-depth really, wasn't it? Yeah, an in-depth look at Rodimus Prime, just to remind you all that he was originally released in 1986. There's 2 variants of him. There's a plastic and there's a metal toed version of him. And of course, you've got a few different modes as to how you want to display him. Most important thing is stickers, spoiler. Doesn't even necessarily need to have his gun, but your stickers and your spoiler will be the big things that you'll be looking out for. Thank you very much for your suggestions. Thank you to Kato. That's why I've given him a big shout out at the beginning. He was one of the people who did my first sort of live stream on YouTube, so thanks to him. And again, I'd like to return the favour and say please check out his channel again, Kato's Collection. And yeah, everybody who's subscribing, everybody who's leaving comments, getting real good traction with this. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm managing to get lots of different things up for you. Keep your ideas coming in. I've got loads of top 10s and top 5 ideas coming up around this Christmas period, and of course we're doing the comics as well. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe and like my videos, and of course please take care.